The key to feeling elevated emotions or raising your vibe, taking that emotional set point from, I feel kind of neutral or blah, or a little depressed, a little bummed out. The key to raising it up and elevating it is to shift your focus on something that when you put your energy on that new focal point, it expands, but that which you're focusing on is clearly not getting it done. So you've got to shift to what will get it done. Oftentimes we get stuck. We get stuck ruminating, thinking over and over about the same thing. And when we focus our attention and ruminate on something, what happens is the emotion that is attached to that thought tends to replicate itself. And the more you feel a certain way, the more you feel a certain way. It's almost like feelings are contagious. Not almost like, they are. Feelings are contagious, whether it's your feeling that you have contagious towards me, or even in a way, they're self-replicating, almost like a virus. They keep replicating and replicating. And so what happens is we realize that if our emotional state is at a place we don't want it to be, we have to take a step back and do a quick assessment. What am I focusing on? Well, I keep thinking about what happened earlier today or yesterday, or worse, a month ago. The further something is in the past and that you're still focusing on, the bigger of a problem it is, because obviously this has been going on for some time. If it's been 30 days since this event happened, then that's 30 days of you ruminating most likely on that same event, okay? So 30 days of you being in that same lower vibe state eventually goes from a quick feeling, an emotion, to a state, to a mood, and then to a temperament. And then before you know it, you're just a miserable person. So you've got to watch out for rumination. Rumination is one of the worst things that you can do to keep you in that lower vibe state. So how do you get out of rumination? Well, all it is breaking that hamster wheel of thought and saying, hey, listen, I've thought about this long enough. I did everything I could do. This is in the past. I've learned from it. Here are the 3 bullet point lessons I learned from this. Here are the 3 action plans I'm going to take towards avoiding the likelihood of this occurring again. And boom, at that point, after that, you've done all you can do. And then what you do? Let go. You just let go. Take it, let it go. Write it down on a piece of paper what happened, crumple it up, and burn it. Throw it out the window. Do what you got to do to let go. Because really, other than that, any other rumination or rethinking of it is not going to change what happened. And all too often, we just keep thinking about the past when all we need to do is reassess, think and learn, and move forward and let go, right? Then you actually break free from the emotions of the past, and you can move forward into shifting your emotions into the future or into the now by shifting your focus into the future or into the now. So this is the power. So let's say, for example, today, let's give you an action plan that you can use today. Today, something is not going to go the way that you expected. It may not go to plan. Maybe someone will say something out of nowhere for no reason, and you will feel a reaction. The reaction is, whoa, whoa, whoa. A lower vibe, like a lower emotion. Now all of a sudden you say, you should feel that you are reacting. And at that point, the self-awareness and that consciousness of knowing, hey, the way I'm reacting right now is not the way that I want to feel. So I'm going to accept that I reacted this way. I'm not going to fight the fact that this has already happened. I've already reacted. I'm already a little angry. I can feel my anger kind of rising. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to look at it almost like take the emotion and almost like you look at it from a different perspective, almost like a ball, and say, all right, what can I do with this emotion? Okay, well, what triggered it? All right, well, this person said this thing to me. Okay, but you chose to react the way that you did, okay? We don't realize that we choose our reaction. Now, hear me out. It is a default reaction if you're not conscious. So if you're not consciously aware of your interaction with this person, you're just going to have that default response or reaction, which might be anger. Now, when we want to shift that reaction to a response, which basically means you're creating a little bit of space before you kind of react to it, now all of a sudden it's like, okay, so this person is obviously saying what they're saying because there is an internal thing going on with them, not with me. I might think it's me because we have egos, right? We always think it's about us. But no, this is your problem. This is that person's problem being pushed out onto you, and then you're reacting to it. So what I always like to do is I say to myself, what type of turmoil or what type of issue might this person have? And once I do that, even just that question alone creates that space I need to respond instead of react. If I react, I get angry and I get anxious. If I create the space and say, whoa, 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 this is a reflection of their internal turmoil, now all of a sudden I start to realize, hey, this ain't about me. So because it's not about me and it's not a personal attack, I have now shifted the meaning I'm placing on the words that they've said. And instead of taking them personally, I'm looking at them objectively. Now all of a sudden I've empowered myself. And now all of a sudden, just the act of doing that alone starts to break that cycle. And instead of feeling angry and anxious, I start to feel powerful and empowered and in control of the way that I respond. And now all of a sudden I'm like, ha ha ha, yeah, I'm responding, not reacting. This is good. I got this. And now all of a sudden I can either go one of two ways. I can either disconnect from this person if I feel that they're not in a state of mind to either hear some kind words, maybe have an open ear where I could listen in. Maybe I should disconnect depending on how angry they are or what they've said. That's option one. Option two is, almost like kill them with kindness and be like, hey, listen, do you think that maybe the reason, shift their perspective. Do you think that maybe the reason that you're so angry is that you're looking at things this way when you could actually look at them this way instead? And then at that point, if you can get to that point, and I'm not saying you always have to go there, but if you can get to that, now you've served. You've actually provided value for another human being and made them or given them the opportunity to shift their state while you actually shifted yours as well. It's the 1-2 punch. It's perfect, but it can't happen all the time, but it's an opportunity. You got that A or B option there. So anyways, guys, just wanted to talk a little bit about vibes. Don't forget, the vibe mindset, it's just a way of thinking where you just are consciously aware of the vibe and energy and the emotions that you feel, because that really is what dictates your level of happiness. That is what dictates the level of happiness around others, because your vibes are contagious. And so the higher your vibe, the more your partner's gonna feel alive, the more the people you work with are gonna feel alive. A rising tide lifts all ships, and you can be that rising tide. So, a lot of us in life, we wanna have purpose. We wanna feel like we had an impact. Here it is. Here it is. I'm handing it to you on a silver platter. This is your opportunity to have an effect, have an impact by being the vibe that you want to see in the world and in your local environment. So take advantage of that opportunity, because I'll tell you right now, it's huge. The vibe, talk about a power. We think we have to do things or give people donations. That's great. I've got a nonprofit. If you want to donate to it, DM me, let me know. But the truth is that the better you can manage your emotions, the greater impact you can have on the universe, the world. The vibe and energy is contagious. It's awesome. Take advantage of the opportunity. It's waiting for you. Thank you so much, guys. Let me hear your success stories. Have you created a vibe? Have you shifted a vibe? Can you create space by responding instead of reacting? Let me know. I want to hear your stories. If you want to learn more, we are definitely going to continue on this subject. We are going to get hyper-focused on creating vibes, emotions. In the future, our videos will be highly targeted towards just this topic alone. Yes, we'll dance with some others on occasion, but I really want to focus on this. And thank you so much for your time. We got 2 other videos. Check one of these 2 out. They're good stuff. All right, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate your time. Thank you.